episode 134.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Wanna Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey everyone, we have with us today Laura Wojewoda. Laura from Chicago, how are you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
I'm doing good here in St. Louis. Ali, what is it like in Thailand today?
Oh, what is it like in Thailand? It is another beautiful day because I live in paradise, and paradise is always beautiful.
Right.
There you go. So thanks, great to have you with us today.
Cool.
This is cool.
Yes, glad to be here.
So Laura is a stay-at-home mom of two kids, ages 5 and 1, and she used to work in the banking industry and left her job when she had her youngest. She's been doing eBay for about 7 years now, but full-time for about a year and a half. Wow, Laura, that's awesome.
You've left, so you left the bank, that boring old numbers and stuff, you know, and then you entered into being an entrepreneur. That is awesome.
You got it. Left the corporate world.
Yes.
Man, gosh, you're singing my song, man.
Yes.
But it's brilliant. So, I mean, was it scary? Did you do it like really crazily mentally and just went free for all and left? Or did you sort of build this relationship up and then eventually, when the time was right, got out of there?
Kind of built it up. I had some complications in the pregnancy, so I was actually out of work for probably 6 months into my pregnancy. So I was able to kind of build it up before I actually fully left.
Well, cool. And, you know, it's such an amazing story, really. I personally, and I know Ali as well, we're fathers, and we love to hear when moms can stay at home. And not only that, but stay at home and still be able to contribute. You know, that's really cool because you're doing a lot of cool things. I know my wife and I know Ali's wife, man, they're the hardest working people in the world. We know that. And we're not just saying it because it is Valentine's Day. And that they might listen to the episode. That's got nothing to do with it. But really, being a stay-at-home mom is a really, really tough job, as you well know. And then on top of that, you're doing the eBay thing, which is really, wow, that's pretty incredible. So I guess kudos to you, first of all. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So, where are you getting this Winnie the Pooh plush Disney store plush stuffed animal from? That's what I want to know. Where are you getting all your products from?
A lot from thrift stores. Some from auctions. They have a weekly auction out that's not too far from me, so I have those auctions. But between that and thrift stores is mainly where I get everything.
Nice.
Wow, I'm grumpy because you're dopey. I might have to buy that shirt. I'm
a huge Disney person, so some I get kept and I try to sell the others.
But yeah, and your store looks really nice and tidy. I mean, you've got a lot of cool categories. You got everything categorized, and I think that makes a lot of difference, right? Because when somebody comes into your store and they want a stuffed animal, they don't have to look through men's clothing and crafts and jewelry to see it. They go straight to the stuffed animal. So That's really cool. And maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Being organized. How does that work for you?
I'm probably a little too OCD, but I try to keep
another one.
Keep everything as organized as possible. I don't like clutter. When I shop, I don't like to go to the thrift stores that are all cluttered. So I like to make sure that my customers are able to get into my store and find what they need to find right away.
I love that. I'm like that with these. I got glasses recently. I can't stop cleaning them. There's a little speck of dust. I need to clean these things. It's just driving me crazy. So, but that comes in handy, I suppose, when you have your own business and you need to basically find that product once it's sold. I imagine things like that comes in pretty handy.
Yes, try to. Only a one-car garage, so it's all got to fit in there.
Oh, so you don't have your husband?
It's not easy.
Your child, your husband, they're not working for you? You haven't got them out there grafting?
No, not yet.
Right.
I need to. You know, my daughter makes videos and sells, so I have her kind of working.
There you go.
Wow.
Start them when they're young.
She does that?
Yeah, she steals my phone from me and makes little videos by herself, and she finds more stuff than I do at the thrift store sometimes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I've done that with my son, with my family. I've taken my family out. My son would have my wife's phone, and I got my phone, and we're looking and scanning and doing all this stuff. And yeah, he just kind of loves it. So it's pretty cool.
So let's talk pricing. So how do you? Because again, this is so common. We've interviewed so many people like this where you've got a variety of stuff. I mean, you can't obviously know what everything's worth. So how do you work out your pricing?
I look at mostly what eBay sold, research what the things have sold for recently, and kind of, I go a little higher than what the selling price is, only because I normally always have like a 20% off sale in my store, and I put best offer on everything. So I go a little higher than what like the last solds are.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, and everybody's got their own system of doing it. That sounds like a pretty common one. We hear that a lot, actually. That's really cool. And I noticed you do a lot of percentage off, like 18%, 16% off. Have you done that for a long time? And if so, has it worked for you?
I started doing it probably the past 6 months or so, and yeah, I see a lot more success with that than when I didn't have anything. I just priced the item lower.
Yeah, it feels like it's a bargain, doesn't it? Oh, I'm getting a bargain.
Right. Yes.
I better hurry now.
Yeah. Oh, it might go back up to 100%. So no, it's great, and you got so much fun stuff. So you say you're a one-car shop. So do you take the pictures? You list it? I mean, what is like a day in the life of Laura?
Yeah, I do it all. I try to, it's hard with the kids. So I try to, I do a lot of drafting. So I just, at night, I'll do a lot of, drafting, or even during the day when there's nap times or school times. And then my other free times when the kids are sleeping is when I'll picture, and then I can kind of just put it together as, I have a free moment during the day.
Yeah, cool. So did I sense that you're a homeschool mom as well?
Oh, no, I have but my one daughter, is in preschool.
Okay.
So she only goes like 3 hours a day. So.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah. So you keep her doing those videos because she'll need to use them for your eBay business, and she won't even know what's going on. It's just kind of cool. Yeah, that's really neat. Very cool. Yeah, like Ali said, you got a lot of variety. That's really cool, and we love to hear that. We love to see that. I mean, as you know, there's a couple different lines of thought on that. Some people say niche down and become an expert in something, and do that. And I get that. I understand. If you like pocket knives and you want to be an expert in pocket knives or kettles, whatever. I mean, you can do that. But I personally like what you're doing here as far as having a lot of variety. It just kind of makes it interesting. For sure.
Yeah, I think it's more fun. You get to learn different things. I mean, obviously, you become a little bit of an expert in certain areas, but I still like to branch out and kind of have everything in there.
Mm. And you'll sell anything with you?
Pretty much anything and everything.
Love it. That's it. Everything's fair game.
You got it.
So do you find yourself when you're sourcing, do you find yourself scanning a lot of stuff, or you just, kind of take a chance knowing that you're getting in for a good price and you hope it'll sell?
I'm probably like 75% just buy, 25% scan.
Wow. Yeah.
Going through, I probably thrift once or twice a week. So I'm used to certain sections. And then, if I see the oddball item, I'll look it up. But
The oddball item. What would that look like?
That would be a Fujifilm floppy disk.
That's the oddball.
2 hard drive formatted. I'd be a little 25 pack, Ali.
Just
for asking.
Well done there, Ronald. No, so I just think that's such a great way in it. You're going in, you're hunting through all this stuff, and then you might find that gem. Have you ever found that gem that you bought for stupidly cheap and then got some crazily money for it?
I have. I found these 4 tiki mugs. They were just like barrel tiki mugs, and I got them for, I think it was $5 each, and each one sold for $200 each.
Yeah, you know who bought
that
them?
was a nice
Jason
one.
T. Smith probably bought those.
Oh gosh, yeah. Probably.
Yeah, he probably bought those. That's pretty cool.
That's crazy. I love it, and that's what makes it addictive, doesn't it?
It does, for sure. Yes.
It's that, every item. So, and you also, Gee, and I just love this. This is what I love about eBay, and this is why I love doing the show, Ron, is that you can be anywhere. You had that corporate job, which would, in some people's eyes, be considered a great thing. But in yours, it wasn't, and you came out, you spend more time with your family, you're buying some weird and exotic stuff, and you get to have fun and live the life that you want.
Exactly.
So we won't tell your husband you're enjoying this, okay? Because you probably got it figured out that he thinks it's a job and you're working really hard, and I know you're working hard, but we just won't let him listen to this episode. How's that?
Sounds good. That sounds
even
good.
though he's in the room.
Probably.
He left.
Oh, he
It's
left
okay.
it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So what do you do about
That's
shipping? Because another common question we get asked is people don't know when to ship. So they get the orders in. Let's say they get 20 things sold. Do you ship one time a day? You down there twice a day, once a week? I mean, how you work with your shipping?
I ship once a day.
Okay.
So in the mornings, I ship. Probably my mail person doesn't come till around noon. So up until noon, if you buy something, it's shipped that day.
That's awesome, man. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, seriously, I'd like to, if every one of the sellers would be like that, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And they are. I'm sure that most of them pretty much are, right?
They are. Imagine they got something. So he comes around, so you don't even have to leave the house.
No, just pick up, and the post office comes to my house and picks it up. I got good mail people.
Do you give him like a
Do you
Christmas
treat them right at
present?
Christmas?
Oh, I do.
Great minds think alike.
And so do yours and mine, Ollie. No, that's cool.
So
I treat my mail person pretty good too, and we don't even do a whole lot of packages. That's awesome.
But the great thing about being an eBay seller, you've always got something to give him, haven't you?
Yes, exactly. I love that.
I haven't sold those socks in years. I just give it to the postman.
Right? I know. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
Life is full of numbers. Our brains process literally hundreds of numbers and equations every hour of every day. When it comes to your business, give your brain a break as well as peace of mind that the numbers are figuring up as they should with MyCost Pro. MyCost Pro is an easy-to-use automated eBay bookkeeping program for Excel that imports sales data directly from your seller account. MyCost Pro automatically generates accounting and performance reports to show you your true bottom line profit. You can even view and edit active listing details such as price and quantity and relist unsold items directly from MyCost Pro. All you need is Excel on your Windows PC. Take control of your business and free up those long nights of crunching the numbers. Visit mycostpro.com for a 21-day no-obligation free trial using coupon code PODCAST, exclusively for So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast listeners. So, you have an idea, a big idea, and you're ready to jump into the world of e-commerce. Awesome. But where to start? The answer is only a click away. At solutionsforecommerce.com, you'll find available services to help manage, audit, or even build your e-commerce site from the ground up. With over 10 years of experience in developing and managing channels on sites like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, and Etsy, Solutions for E-commerce can help you to grow your small or large business. Take a step back from the technical and do what you do best, and let Solutions for E-commerce handle the tedious stuff like creating, reviewing, adding, or removing listings, setting up or organizing store categories, even merchandising and customer support. Find out why their clients say that their business wouldn't be what it is today without the help from Solutions for E-commerce. Visit solutionsforecommerce.com and take your e-commerce business to the next level. That's solutions, the number 4, ecommerce.com. Use promo code eBay at checkout for an exclusive So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast discount.
Be sure to check out SoYouWannaSellOnEBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started. I mean, obviously, I'm sure the story goes that you started selling things around the house and you realized that you could do it, right? I mean, if that's not the case, go ahead and tell us. But I can tell that first sentence of the story. But how did it go from there? I mean, you're in your corporate job and you're probably doing eBay, wondering and maybe not even thinking that it could be a full-time job. Tell us a little bit about that, how it got started, and when you decided that you could leave the corporate world.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it kind of starts around the house, and then, we would go thrifting just for fun anyway. So kind of just get started with a couple things there, like, oh, this looks like something we can get more for. And then, funny story, I went online to an auction, and I looked up these carolers that they had, buyer's choice carolers. And I placed some bids, not thinking I'd win, any of the ones that I did. And we went to my sister-in-law's for Christmas, and I looked at my phone and I won almost all of them, and I almost died because it was like $2,500, and I'm like, how am I gonna tell my husband I just spent $2,500? What am I gonna do?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bit crazy. So I got all those, but we ended up making over 4,000 with it. So I mean, it was a good thing in the end, but that kind of is what got us knowing that we could, do this.
Scary though, isn't it?
A little bit more than as a hobby.
Yeah, but it's quite scary, isn't it? Oh, I just spent $2,500, but you make it back, and you're like, phew, I told you so. I knew it was going to work.
Yeah,
I knew all along.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so
now he really can't listen to this episode.
No. And so with that, so you take all of that money and you reinvest it again, do you? Is that how you keep getting more and more stock?
Right. Yes. Just kind of reinvested as it goes on, and now I'm up to 1,200 items. So. Wow,
it's amazing, isn't it? And do you ever keep any of them? Do you like? Oh no, I can't sell that. That's mine.
Oh, a lot of Disney stuff I do.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's pretty incredible.
It's an amazing.
A lot of people love Disney, though. I mean, Disney did a good job of sucking us into loving Disney. And my sister just came back from Disney. Her and her husband went and they came back Saturday. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
My dog this morning just barked like Scrappy Doo. I'm telling you, no joke. He went, oh, that's what my dog did.
Oh my God!
It's like the kids were like, "What? We got Scrappy." But no, it's back to the podcast. We always get sidetracked, Ron. We always just like.
When you say we, I think you mean you, but I know what you mean.
You're the one that brought it up. So coming back to your store again. So how do you find? I mean, you've been in the business now for 7 years. How do you find with all these changes that happen, like the active content or promoted listings, things like that? Are you keeping up to date with it all?
Yeah, all of my items are promoted.
It makes sense to, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense not to.
How can you not? I mean, you only pay a fee if, it sells. Why not? I mean, it's extra money. It's not that much of a fee, so you might as well, right?
Absolutely.
I do see a flaw in it, though. That I don't know. I work for a client who was, let's say he sells 40 items a day. And since doing it, it's like his sales have, in theory, you should have 40 sales plus more. In theory, it's like the sales have gone down a bit. I don't know. I'm actually speaking to eBay about it, whether it affects your ranking. But it is an awesome tool. I mean, it's absolutely amazing the way you don't have to pay until it's done.
Yeah, it's helped my sales. I have probably at least one sale promoted a day.
Beautiful.
Really?
So, yeah, it's helped mine quite a bit.
That's very cool, and you definitely keep track of that.
Yes.
So let's talk about these best offers, because this is a great little topic to talk about. So what's your percentage of like accepting something? So for example, you got this donkey plush hand puppet toy, which I need, by the way. So for example, this is for $13.90. What would be your average? Yes, I would take that sort of price.
On average, I'd probably say 10 to 15% I'll go down.
Right.
Because I price them about 20% higher. So I'll go to about 15%, depending on how long it's been in my store, obviously.
No, that makes sense,
yes.
And so you're upping it, like I think you mentioned before, you're upping it first, and then that allows you to give you the room to play with it.
Right, exactly.
That's good technique. And you would know where.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, you're in it to make money, and you would know where that toy is in your stock, would you?
Yes, 95% of the time I know where it is.
Let's talk about that for a minute. What is your system in that one garage?
It's a lot. It needs to be reorganized, but it's a lot of tubs. I have shelving units. But I have mostly I have a huge tub of stuffed animals, I have a whole rack of board games, a tub of mugs, it's all kind of categorized in different tubs.
So have you ever not found an item?
Yeah, there's been times.
Where did I put that doll?
There's been times.
We use that question as a question to see if you're telling the truth or not. Because if you said that you had 12,000 items on, or however many items you have, 1,200. 1,200, right. And you said you never lost anything, yeah, we'd be kind of wondering. So
yeah, you'd know I'm lying.
Pass the litmus test there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you lose it, and then you find it a year later. Oh, there it is. It was there all the time, right in front of me. I'm always like that. So what would you do in a situation like that with a client? Would you say, sorry, the dog ate it?
No, well, one, I'll look for it on eBay. If there's a similar or an exact item of what I'm selling, I'll buy it and ship that to my customer.
Oh, wow.
And then if there's not, then yeah, I'll tell them the truth that it was misplaced. Apologize. I'll normally give them a discount if there's anything else that they want, and refund, of course.
Yeah, and most of the time that's all they're really looking for, right? Just a fair deal. And you know what? And the most people really understand that we're human, right? Mistakes happen.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, and you'd be pretty bad if they're like, no, I'm going to leave you negative. I mean, it gets a bit weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've never really had anybody too upset over it. So
do you belong to except for the best Facebook groups that you want to sell on eBay.com, do you belong to any sort of Facebook groups that you bounce ideas off?
I actually have my own Facebook group.
Oh, cool.
Me and Lynn, who was a speaker.
Ms. Hudziak,
you got it. We have our own Thrifty Adventures Facebook group.
Cool.
And then, I'm on a couple of the other, thrifting board and
the popular five.
The popular. Yeah. You got it. But
Yep. Yeah, you guys up in Chicago kind of stick together, don't you?
We do.
I can't even talk bad about Rich or
no.
I can't talk bad about anybody up there, man.
They're all gangsters.
Lynn was on. We said something about Rich, and my gosh, he texted me the next morning and he said it's a good thing Lynn didn't say anything bad about me. I'm like, wow, okay.
Hey, I was just at his meetup group last night. Me and Lynn spoke at his meetup group last night, so
Okay.
So do you recommend them?
We're a big family.
Did you select the people? So how would someone go about that? If someone's in a different area, how would they find these types of meetup groups?
There is a meetup.com. You can find different meetup groups of all different things. But yeah, if you type in like an eBay meetup group or online seller meetup group, all of your local ones will pop up for you.
Nice. And then you go there and you just eat lots of cake.
Why not?
I'm just trying to get a feel of how they work.
It's the only thing they have that's not for sale, right?
The cake's free. Everything else you pay for.
Yeah, no, there's monthly different speakers monthly for different areas of online selling at the groups mainly.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, I know that the Chicago group is one of the largest in the country, actually, right? You guys are, huge. I know that you have to make reservations to even show up. It's really kind of cool.
We do, yes. Yeah, it's pretty big.
We've been on that run, and we didn't we? Weren't we doing a live feed? Oh, of course we have. We've been there via Thailand.
Yeah, no, it's a good group. We actually go to Ecom Chicago. I've been to Ecom Chicago every year, and I'll continue to go. It's just amazing, but cool. So let's talk a little bit about your eBay store. A little bit of everything. I love the name. It's kind of a cool name there because you really do have a little bit of everything. But what do you see going on in the future as far as your business? Are you planning on expanding in any way?
That's my question.
And how does that?
He stole my question, Laura. Unbelievable. we have a thing here where, and he just wants to take my question. Go on, Ron, ask her away. Go on.
Ron has left the building.
Ron, are you still there? No, so where do you see yourself in the future? There we go.
Yeah, pretty much the same as far as eBay. Obviously, I'd love to up my listings. And then as far as that, we have the group that we just started on Facebook. And then me and Lynn are going to be doing thrifting classes as well. So we're kind of expanding in that area. We're doing a class in March.
What's that about? What's that teaching people, is it?
Yeah, we're going to be bringing people into thrift stores and just showing them what to look for, what not to look for, and letting them pick our brains a little bit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be so helpful because I can imagine if I walked into there and just saw the vastness of it, I'd just walk straight back out again. I'm not doing anything. I don't even know what to start looking for.
It can be very overwhelming, for sure.
I've done it, and it is crazy because you sit there and go, my gosh, this coffee mug might be worth $1,000, and then again, it might not be. And it's just like because you hear all these stories. Ali and I have interviewed a lot of people, enough people to know that when they pick this coffee mug up and they realize they knew that thing was worth $1,000, and I pick a coffee cup mug up and I'm going $1.50. I don't know.
You feel like a fraud, don't you? You feel like a fraud.
Yeah. So I hurry up and take my coffee mug home, and it's worth 75 cents, and I paid $1.50 for it. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, so that would be great. So that would be what you'll do. You'll take people in. You'll teach them the tricks of the trade.
You got it. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so another question before Ron steals it that I like to ask is, what is the weirdest thing that you've sold?
Oh, goodness. The weirdest thing. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Yeah, we like to put people under pressure.
Ali does.
I'm trying to think. Maybe a scrubbing bubble shower kit that they spent $80 on.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was it secondhand?
It was new in a box, but it came from a garage sale.
Right.
Wow, man.
That's
pretty
weird.
I don't know that I would have picked that up. Much less try and sell it. Did you auction that?
That one I did fixed price.
So you knew the value of it.
Yes. I saw a tip in one of the other groups, so yeah, I kind of knew that was a thing to look out for.
So that's one of those that's one of those shower things, is it? You scrub your skin, that thing.
No, it cleans your shower.
Oh, it cleans the shower. I thought it was cleaning you.
It cleans the shower.
Ron, where's your translation skills? You're supposed to be helping me, brother.
Well, Ali, I don't know. I mean, do you have running water over there?
we have a lake. We have a river. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that, Ali.
Oh, right. We can't wash the riverbank with it, no?
Oh, my gosh. We're so lost.
Yeah, it's just
This episode is just like going crazy.
Yeah. So that's cool. So do you not think maybe if you employed some more people, got some more people helping with this, you could take it a little bit bigger and stuff?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know if I'm fully at the point where I can hire somebody. But yes, I'd like to get to that point for sure. I definitely think we could
it helps,
make it bigger that way. It helps a lot.
And it can be scary. I mean, we found that, but it can be scary employing that other person, getting them, it's like, are they going to do the good enough job? That's a common way that people struggle with that sort of thing. But sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith.
Very true.
So I can't. It's half an hour already. I mean, should we do another half an hour? This is crazy. I can't believe it. It's just, Ron, seriously, these shows need to be longer. They're just not long enough. We're going to have uproar from the people listening.
Exactly. Yeah, I just have one more question. What was the weirdest thing you ever saw? Oh, wait.
Too late, Ron. Yeah. Oh, you're back now, are you? Did you come back, did you?
Yeah, exactly.
Ron sometimes wanders off, cuts the grass during... No, so seriously, Laura, thanks so much. I mean, it's great. You're just another one. You left that corporate job. That's a good message. You've started doing your own stuff. You get to spend time with your family. You're having fun. Now you're teaching other people how to do it. Very, very inspirational, Laura, and a great, great story. So thanks for coming and joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So we'll post all the We'll post all the notes of our show today on our show notes page. Gets tricky sometimes on www.soyouwannasellonebay.com/show notes. Laura, before you leave us, what's the best way that people can get hold of you?
On Thrifty Adventures on the Facebook group. Come and join over there, and you can join in on the conversations or directly message me for any questions.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Okay,
very cool.
That's cool. And your store again was Pias Mum, Pias Mum 11. So you can go over to eBay.com and see that as well. Thanks, Laura, once again. We're going to have to get you back on the show. So easy to talk to. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you all again next week. My name's Ali Young.
And I'm Ron LeBeau.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwantasellonebay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter @Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwantasellonebay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you. This podcast was produced in part by Pro VoiceWorks.